heard the difference? She's the mother, I'm not the father. I didn't say that in my introduction. I don't think so. I understood kindness back then, but it was more of a reflection of my parents, what they were doing.
Well, I didn't want to get in trouble. That was my thing.
There are no fights between us.
Yeah,
it is usually because of the kid that we fight. I was the youngest, so I think मैं बहुत लाड प्यार से पाला पोसा गया हूँ. इतने मार्क्स लाओ, फिर हम तुमको साइकिल दिला देंगे, ये करो, फिर हम आपको वो कर देंगे.
It was all bribe, but we also use it still.
Basically, these are treats. How they use for the doggy. So I think when they act out, it's you're in an embarrassing spot because they can go to any level.
Child mirrors.
He definitely is mirroring.
We have mirrored our parents.
Yes. Very.
Let's share our parenting journey today.
Yes. My name is Amit Jambotkar. I am a restaurateur, a hotelier by profession, and a passionate biker otherwise. Love to live life and be outdoors as much as possible.
Yeah, I'm Pooja Jambotkar. I'm a mother of a 6-year-old. I'm a personal fitness trainer, an influencer, a lawyer, and a mother, and I'm just happy being that.
You heard the difference? She's the mother, I'm not the father. I didn't say that in my introduction.
How would you describe your kid?
Very loving, very kind, very affectionate, especially towards the animals. He's really, really fond of animals. Other than that, I think he's still shaping up. So he's in his young years, 6 years. I think too early to comment or judge on how is he as a child. But yeah, that's what I feel.
Were you labeled as a naughty kid or a quiet one?
I was a quiet one. In school also, Amit, I've told you before that I was among the quietest, though I had less friends back then. Now I have more. But yeah, I was the quieter one, not the naughty one at all. I didn't want to get in trouble. That was my thing.
I think for me, the journey has been a little different. For me, till about I was in 7th standard, I was a very silent and a quiet kid. And post
a studious one.
And a very, very studious one. And post 7th, I think, 7th standard, I actually became very, very naughty. Naughty to such an extent that the teacher used to walk inside the classroom, and even if I was absent on some day, she used to say, Amit Jambotkar, get out of the class. It was that.
Were you good at sharing things?
So, like with our household earlier, he had 2 elder sisters, I had an elder brother. So, sharing came inbuilt in our household, like with our siblings at least. How about you?
I was the youngest, so I think मैं बहुत लाड प्यार से पाला पोसा गया हूँ. So, I really don't know whether I was into sharing, but I used to take a lot from my sister.
What was your favorite pastime as a kid?
Oh, mine was, of course, playing out with friends. Like, girls used to play those ghar games and then hide and seek.
Oh, yeah, even I have played, not just girls.
Yeah, back then it was like no computers, no laptops, no mobiles, nothing. So it was just going out and playing.
So summer vacations, I used to wake up. I remember my mom used to pester me to get up early during my exam days and school days, and I never used to get up early. But
summer holidays.
The minute summer vacation used to arrive, at 6 a.m. I'm ready to cycle, go
and
swimming.
And then come back home in the night.
Then go at 6 o'clock in the morning, go cycling, then come back, go swimming, then come back, play cricket.
Eat lunch, only go home to eat lunch.
Go home, that too when mom used to shout, come home. I used to go home to eat lunch, post that again. In the afternoon, some stupid
playtime
games,
was our favorite.
Like ghar and all that. I played everything.
Were you a mischievous kid? If yes, tell us about the time when you disobeyed your parents as a kid.
So not at all. I wasn't a mischievous kid at all because I was scared of the consequences. In my head, it was inbuilt that something bad will happen if I misbehave. So misbehave was not in my dictionary at all. So yeah, no instances to share.
I have been, I wouldn't say misbehave, but yeah, I have been naughty and mischievous.
You pranked your elder sister, remember? You could share that probably.
So I've actually done that I've actually pranked my elder sister so many times, saying that, there was an aeroplane which landed on the building terrace.
And she would believe that.
And she would believe all of that. So I've been, but in the good way. I've never been like.
I've hurt anyone.
I never misbehaved. I just had my cheap thrills.
Not either.
Do you often worry about whether your child will grow up to be a well-behaved person? If so, what are some of these worries?
Every single day we worry. We have conversation. We have fights over his behavior or what his future will be like. So I guess
I think these days our fights, there are no fights between us.
Yeah,
it is usually because of the kid that we fight, that you know what's happening. Because at the end of the day, every parent would want good to happen to his child. So yeah, we are worried, and I think I am worried a lot.
Yeah, because the circumstances are changing, like what we have seen as children ourselves and now what it is the current scenario, it's quite different. So we are also adapting ourselves as parents every day.
Very true. So how do you plan to navigate the teenage years, which are often characterized by rebellious behavior?
Yeah, I'm reading that years. Now he's just 6 and I know soon he'll be 12, 13. Now there's like not teenage, now it's a pre-teen. Like kind of misbehavior or back answering to their own mothers or, getting into wrong company. So those worries are there. So my plan, like we have discussed this, is right now as much to be open with Rivan, be a friend for him, because right now I'm a mother, you're a father, we are a little stricter with him. But going ahead, we will be more like friends to him wherein he can confide to us. So when I look at other parents now, I don't judge them because every child is different.
Yeah, I think the perspective overall changes once you become a parent.
Yeah, so the next question is quite similar to the one that I asked you. Did you understand kindness as a child, like kindness as a term or the terminology?
Well, honestly, I did not, looking at it now, I don't think so. I understood kindness back then, but it was more of a reflection of my parents, what they were doing. Right. And maybe that was slowly and steadily getting instilled into me at some point of time. So I don't really know whether I understood the meaning of the word kindness then. Was the idea of kindness instilled through positive reinforcement?
Yeah, like as you also said correctly, from our mom, dad, we got those because their behavior was what we looked upon.
Like some qualities I remember of my mom and my dad.
Yeah, your mom especially.
My mom was, I think, the epitome of kindness.
Yeah.
I think she's always been so kind. Like even if there was a watchman or
a delivery boy
or a postman come with a letter to my house, I don't think so he's ever gone, not just a glass of water is what she would ask, but she would actually ask them to wait, give them some laddu or some sweet. How did you react when you got scolded for bad behavior?
How do I react? Cried, of course. Cried comes naturally to everyone, and as kids, so definitely. So yes, I remember crying a lot as a kid.
Did you ever give back?
No, we were not those kids. We never gave back to our parents. We were scared.
Okay. Yeah, I think reaction was very scared. I was very scared when someone scolded me.
Yeah.
If my parents scolded me, obviously there was nothing else but crying and apologizing to them and promising them on a good note that I will not do it again.
And repeat it again.
Yeah, so that is what has been the case. The question is, how were you rewarded when you were being a good kid?
No, but for a good kid, like they would, like a
give
week.
you a chocolate or give
for
you...
a week, they would be like, we are going to see like how you're behaving for a week. Then weekend we'll treat you, we'll go take you out or something like that.
Yeah, because that bait that they used to lay, इतने मार्क्स लाओ फिर हम तुमको साइकिल दिला देंगे ये करो फिर हम आपको वो कर देंगे.
It was all bribe, but we also use it still.
Basically these are treats how they used for the doggies. How do you address your child's behavior when they act out?
So you have seen, so there's a patience level, of course. So when I became a mother and we became parents, in my head I had decided while in pregnancy only to follow gentle parenting. Now, over the period of time, it's been like 6 years, started 6 years, I've realized it doesn't work.
The G got replaced with M. It's mental parenting.
Yeah, so gentle parenting probably, like, household in India also, I feel it doesn't work, gentle parenting. Like, I remember me telling you, don't even do like this in front of the child. He might pick up and learn to
I remember you used to actually scold me when I used to hit the floor and say, shh.
Why do you hit Rivan? Like, Rivan got hurt because of the floor.
Yeah, but you used to tell me that.
Yeah, no, but over the period I've learned gentle parenting doesn't work. So it's a mixture of, like, of course, pampering, understanding the child, talking to the child, and then reprimanding also, shouting at them.
I think the kids
nowadays
not nowadays, I think back then also. So I think when they act out, it's you're in an embarrassing spot because they can go to any level. They can go to any level, shout, scream, yell, as if someone is kind of kidnapping them. Someone might think that, are they his parents, or are they, really
actually.
kind of taking him away or kidnapping
Yeah.
him? Something like the kids can really go up to a
The one
level.
thing, but I would like to add that reprimanding or shouting, now I have learned, like, years span, that instead of doing it in front of others, because then they get hurt, they take it like personal thing, like mama is doing in front of other people.
Oh, so you're talking about the corporate rule. It works in all the offices also.
Yeah, the boss calls in the
Reprimand in
private.
and
So now I've started doing that.
praise
When
in
once I sit
public.
in the car, like if I'm out, once I sit in the car, then I speak to him, I'll come back home, calm myself down also, because I'm also agitated while the
No, but I
situation
think
has happened.
if you look at yourself or anyone for that matter, me also, I think it's a human tendency that if we are doing something wrong, we don't want to be told in front of 10 people, right?
Yeah,
It
the same
would be
applies for a
rather
child.
than-
But then when it comes to a child, you have that authority to,
Yeah, I think
Like force
authority,
yourself.
that word, I don't know
Yeah.
from where we take this,
Words.
we take this hidden authority, as in just because he's a child, okay, we take this authority and we take the decision on his
Yeah.
behalf at times,
Yeah.
which I don't know whether it's right or wrong. I at times I'm a strong believer that you should never hit the child. But yeah, sometimes, in order
done
to
that, yeah.
get them disciplined, we
Yeah.
have done that, and then I feel bad the whole day.
Immediately, like the next 5
Immediately.
minutes.
So yeah, do you believe this will have a long-term positive impact on the behavior?
yeah, like because we are also, I say it whenever I get this opportunity, like our son is 6-year-old. So we are also 6-year-old parent. So not that हम बचपन से सीख के आते कि parent कैसे बनना है. So every day we are also learning how to become a parent or how to become a good parent to our own child, because every child is different. So we can't be comparing them to other kids like someone is doing better. So that's why our child is also teaching us every day. So yeah, today I might feel that what I'm doing might be good for him, but tomorrow I might change my way.
Have you noticed any behavior in your child that mirrors your own? Ha! That's the best question. I would want to you to answer it.
You can only answer it for me.
Should I answer it for you?
Yeah, you know, like what is the term? I don't want to say the word short temper, the other word that we recently discovered.
Yeah, you can say it now. You said it.
So I'm a little impatient.
So yeah, I think he mirrors a lot of your qualities. I
He's
think
not like me.
He's very, very kind. Let me start with the positive first. So he's extremely kind. He's loving, caring. Okay, you are not just
He's
towards
very
animal.
emotional like me.
That's my quality. He's very emotional like me, and I think blowing over the top at times. Okay, or maybe
Okay,
there are so many more, which I think he's slowly and steadily picking it from you or me. We really don't know, but yeah, I think
Child mirrors.
he definitely
yeah.
is mirroring
We
a lot
have
of
mirrored
us.
our parents.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think you have grown up to be kind as kind you were as a kid? Growing up as the kindness remained the same.
Education ruined me.
No, don't say that.
I was good when I was not educated. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, at times I think I was much more kinder when I was a kid.
Because innocence was also there
there was
as a kid.
innocence. There was kindness which used to come within. Now what has happened is I am a little more practical towards life. Sometimes that practicality might have taken away kindness from me because sometimes you feel that, like there's a saying, "Hey, Sheikh, apna dekh." So sometimes you are just bothered about what you're doing.
Yeah.
But somewhere I feel that humanity overall is slowly and steadily dying. Because of that, we all need to be kind. And I think we need to spread that message across.
For me, it has like little grown only growing up. How much I can reflect on my personal life, I don't know, but it has grown for me.
Really.
Yeah.
So that's a good positive quality. I think, and even I agree. I would agree that yes, it has, because somewhere I feel, Pooja, you have always been the way you are. You are not I wouldn't say you're not a practical person,
Yeah.
but I think you choose to be very, very positive in life, which
Yeah.
is a great quality, and that's why I love you.
Love you too.
Do you think your children will grow up to be generous?
I think, at least speaking for Rivan, he will, because I'll make sure he does. Right now, yes, I was worried. I've discussed this with you and some friends, close friends also, that I've seen his care or kindness or empathy, the word, towards animal more than human beings. But I think it's a great quality. If you can empathize with the animal who cannot even speak, then he would.
No, they say that if you are an animal lover,
Yeah.
you are anyways a kind and generous person.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll be
Yeah.
generous when he grows old.
Yes.
What do you think had changed between your childhood and theirs?
A lot.
Like?
So ours was a very carefree thing, as in our parents were not that involved in our growing up stage. Of course, they were involved, but now
There was no social media.
there was no social media, of course. But
Social media creates all this, no?
But do you think that our parents cared about, like you have said that
My
your father
didn't
didn't
even know which standard I was
Yeah.
in sometimes.
So yeah, like a lot of things. They didn't care like how are we playing with our children. Now I make sure like who are his friends, what kind of play they're doing.
Don't you think that this is also
So
slowly
helicopter
and
parenting
steadily,
has come into.
Don't you think that slowly and steadily this has also been instilled into you? What has happened is that somewhere we've been mentored in such a way that, oh, have you done this? Oh, have you not done this for your child? So, you
Yeah,
made
the expectation and the
you're
criteria
made
of
extra
parenting.
cautious,
Yeah.
okay, of certain things, and maybe that is the reason why,
And also probably in our case, like we became parents little late in our stage of life. So that has because we are mature enough to and understand and handle a situation, and we have seen our friends who already had kids before we had. So we have seen their journey as well.
No, so definitely things have changed. I think main is the way they used to play, the way we used to play, the way they play these days. Okay,
Gadgets.
we didn't have any play areas or play zones. I think they have plenty. Okay, I think the kids these days, we never had mobile addiction or any iPads or whatever in our time. I think the kids these days are hooked on. I think that Coco Melon sound is still in my head. Okay, even if someone wakes me up at middle of the night and Coco Melon comes in, it'll be the worst nightmare I might as well have. So yeah, a lot of things have changed.
So Amit, this is not part of the question, but I wanted to ask you. We have discussed this before, but sometimes this is my thing. Okay, unconsciously, consciously, it's part of me. Like probably as a kid, probably XYZ I didn't get. Whatever situation we were in, like parents, our different parenting style that we come from, they could only give us A, B, C, for example. But now that I didn't get an XYZ, I want to make sure that my son gets A to Z. So does that happen to you also?
Yeah, I think
unconsciously.
It has happened to me, but I think there was a reason. My father always taught me one thing, that he gave me ABC, even if he could give me XYZ. Okay, there is a thing that I agree with him, that in parenting there has to be
a line drawn.
A no. You have to start saying a no, because the child has to understand that there is a no for everything. Also, it's not a yes all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, for you to win, you have to lose some. Okay, and this kind of feeling when you instill into the child, I think
they're ready for the practical world.
So sometimes I have seen that my father used to say no randomly for things when I used to ask.
You still do to us.
And I do that to you maybe, or to Rivan. It's because sometimes I feel that what my father taught me was the right thing. It's because if he had thought that if you say yes in the first go, you're spoiling the kids.
You're taking care for
You're spoiling the kids because you're taking him for granted, and then there's no fun element.
Right.
Okay, but when he starts to request you, daddy, please get it for me.
Values what you're giving.
Then he starts valuing what he has.
Right. Probably, Amit, you want to add something, just like not an advice, but all the new parents out there, something that you want to say.
Yeah, the line from Salman Khan, do whatever you want to do, man. Don't trouble your mom and dad. Love your parents.
Yeah, so and I would just like to add that what I've said before also, that you're also a new parent. So be gentle towards yourself. Don't be harsh. Don't go by standards set by other people. Have your own thing. And every child is different, so don't compare. Thank you.
Thank you.